How is it going, everyone? Coming off the heels of the PlayStation Plus Essential titles being revealed yesterday, I saw a lot of vitriol in the comments section about that lineup. Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad, but I get it. Some of you guys have no care in the world for Mafia 2. You guys saw it as a PS3 game that's a remaster, and honestly, a pretty mediocre remaster at that. I loved Mafia 2, so obviously that had me a little bit more excited. Aliens Fire Team Elite and Dragon Ball Breakers, like, it wasn't a home run of a month, but I didn't think it was as bad as some of you guys made it out to be. But you know, opinions on the Plus lineup is always going to be fairly subjective. But with that being said, we have a bunch of other PlayStation Plus updates to go over in this video. For those of you that are getting scammed for PlayStation Plus Premium, maybe you check out some of the trials, and I'm going to go over some of the trial offerings that are available. Sony doesn't really promote these, so we'll go over them, and if you do want to check some of those out, have at it. One of them in particular, a couple of them in particular are new. Some of them I just haven't covered, so we'll talk about all of that. PlayStation Plus Extra in the month of November is getting a day one release, and we got a brand new trailer for that game. We'll talk that. We have a possible title that will be hitting PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium in the near future, and I mentioned it before, but do want to reiterate that Plus is losing some games in the month of November. This is standard fare for a subscription service, but we'll talk that at the end of this video. First of all, for those of you that, again, are getting scammed for PS Plus Premium, because let's be honest, though, that classic lineup leaves a lot to be desired. We don't have, you know, PS3 titles or anything like that, and, you know, with the price increase happening, the value proposition for Plus Premium is very, very lackluster, but let's talk about it anyway. First of all, Sifu does have a game trial. It's a 1-hour trial. This game also recently got its final update, so you can check out a sizable amount of content if you do ultimately buy the game. Now, 1 hour doesn't give you a sizable amount of the game, but you will get to experience, you know, the gameplay style of the title, you know, the challenging and rewarding aspects of it. I thought Sifu was an incredibly well-designed game by Slowclap. It is incredibly challenging, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, they also did Absolver, and Absolver was a game that didn't turn out that well, but I think, like, fundamentally, they learned a lot from that game, and you can kind of see that shine through with Sifu, which is also a different style of game, but you can see elements of it shine through. Try that out. You've got a 1-hour trial for that. Maybe that'll hit Plus Extra at some point. I've been saying that that might be a Plus Extra title in the future because Sony did pay for timed exclusivity for that game back in early 2022, and, you know, that just seems like a pretty decent game to have on Plus Extra. Like, it's not going to be a blowaway title, but to, you know, flesh out that lineup, I think it would be a pretty decent one to add. Next up, A Space for the Unbound has a trial as well. This was one of early 2023's sleepers. It tells a pretty interesting story that tackles a lot of thematics, mature thematics. I would really give it a look. It's got a great throwback art style and very much strong on the narrative. Obviously not a super lengthy game, but still worthwhile to check out. Company of Heroes 3 has a trial. Atomic Heart has a 2-hour trial. You guys probably know my thoughts on Atomic Heart. Like, I hated this game. I'm not even gonna front with you guys. Like, I despise this game. I know some people thought it was okay. I just thought the dialogue and the writing for this game was an abomination. Like, a literal abomination. Some of you guys might end up liking it. More power to you, but the fact that this game was $70 was wild to me. It was a part of Game Pass, so if you played it on Game Pass, hey, that's fine. But yeah, I thought that game was pretty bad, and that was one of those titles that I disliked a lot more than a lot of other people. A lot of people ended up enjoying the game, and it performs really well, so I'll give it credit for that, but yeah, I was not a big fan whatsoever. Tactics Ogre Reborn's got a trial as well. This is a super challenging tactical JRPG, kind of frustrating at times. Like, I can see a lot of people getting absolutely infuriated with the game, but it's a rewarding game, story's compelling, and obviously Tactics Ogre initially came out on the PS1, then it came out on the PSP, and then it got this release on the PS4 as well. And then finally, as far as trials go, Last of Us Part 1 does have a 2-hour trial available. It's Last of Us 1. I imagine everybody's played it at this point. The Part 1 version's pretty good. Like, I love Last of Us 1, but let's be honest, like, the price point for Last of Us Part 1 was absolutely egregious. $70 for this game was wild, but, you know, Naughty Dog's not actually putting anything out this generation, so they gotta generate some revenue somehow. They gotta get some value out of Naughty Dog's IPs, since, you know, they haven't put out Factions, Last of Us Part 3, who the hell knows when that's gonna come out. So might as well have them remaster Last of Us Part 1, might as well have them remaster Last of Us Part 2 as well, and, you know, Factions is pretty much canceled at this point, so, you know, it is what it is as far as that's concerned. I feel like Naughty Dog has been incredibly disappointing over the last half-decade, especially because I didn't love Last of Us Part 2, so, you know, my opinion is a little bit more extreme when it comes to that, but you guys have your own opinions as far as that's concerned. Last of Us 1, still one of my favorite games of all time. Moving on from that, another note for November, PlayStation Plus members receive a 15% discount on purchases and rental for Sony Pictures Core. That's the movie catalog in November, plus premium and deluxe members do get exclusive access to all of the Silent Hill Ascension weekly compilation episodes 24 hours before they debut on other platforms. So, yeah, there's some more value, I guess, if you want to consider it that, for your Plus subscription in November. Moving on from that, Teardown will be coming to PlayStation 5, and it will be a day one PlayStation Plus extra title. This is what I know some people are excited for, and it has just gotten a brand new gameplay overview trailer. Teardown is a sandbox heist game featuring environmental destruction, simulated physics, and a world of creativity. You can experience it on PlayStation 5 this November 15th, and PlayStation Plus extra subscribers have immediate access to play the game on day one. Plan the perfect heist using creative problem-solving, brute force, and everything around you. Teardown features a fully destructible and truly interactive environment where players' freedom and emergent gameplay are the driving mechanics. Tear down walls with explosives or vehicles to create shortcuts no one thought was possible. Stack objects, build structures, or use floating objects to your advantage. Take your time to create an efficient path through each level, then execute your heist and make a daring escape. Run, jump, drive, boost, do whatever you need to collect targets, avoid robots, or steal whatever your clients ask for, but make sure not to get caught. You have a campaign mode, you have a sandbox mode, challenges, mods. You can play the best community created mods, easily install new maps, minigames, tools, vehicles, and more using the in-game mod manager. Features no fully destructible voxel environments, realistic physical simulation of objects, debris, vehicles, water, fire, and smoke, wide variety of tools ranging from a sledgehammer, blowtorch, and fire extinguisher to guns and explosives, multiple campaigns with over 40 escalating missions, and a sandbox mode for you to build, explore, and destroy various environments and community created mods, as I mentioned. So all of that will be coming on November 15th, the day one plus extra title. Obviously, you will be able to pick it up standalone. Moving on from that, we talked about Last of Us Part 1 being available as a part of a trial. It looks like Last of Us Part 2 could be coming to the PlayStation Plus Extra catalog, as there is a banner circulating that does promote Last of Us Part 2 as a PlayStation Plus Extra title. Now, Last of Us Part 2 is a game that I did not love, but I'm also of the mindset that, you know what, there are a lot of people that really did enjoy Last of Us Part 2, so if you did, yo, more power to you. Like, I'm not gonna hate on people that enjoyed the game. For me, I was not a fan of the direction that they took the story. Like, it is what it is. You guys can have your opinion, but I am entitled to mine, and I also will concede that, yes, there's a lot of vitriol attached to the narrative of the game. I don't know if that vitriol is something that extends to the large majority of Last of Us Part 2 players, or if it is just a vocal minority. When you hear a lot of talk on social media, sometimes it is just a vocal minority that have an opinion and they feel so strongly about it, and that is going to be the prevailing thought that you see over and over again on social media. So who knows how people really do feel about this game. I know it's got like a 96 on Metacritic. I certainly don't agree with that score, even if you take the narrative aspect of it away. Is this game a 96? I don't think so. But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. If you guys loved it, more power to you. Looks like the game is probably gonna get a remaster because, you know, they want to port it to PC. They want to sucker people into spending $70 again, or $70 for the first time because it was $60 on PS4. Like, it's Sony being Sony as far as that remaster is concerned, but there you go with that. And lastly, as far as PS Plus in November goes, couple games leaving the service, nothing too crazy. Gianna Sister, Twisted Dreams Director's Cut, Ace of Seafood, Connect Tank, Dandara, Trials of Fear Edition, My Time at Portilla, Momodora, Reverie, Under the Moonlight, and Wild Guns Reloaded. All of those titles will be removed from the service in the month of November. This is standard fare for a subscription service. You guys already know the deal. That isn't anything too surprising. That's just what happens when licensing agreements do end. And yeah, this isn't, you know, comparatively to some of the recent months with all the Yakuza games leaving, some of the Ubisoft titles leaving, this is really nothing at the end of the day. My Time at Portilla, Gianna Sisters, you know, definitely some titles worthwhile to check out. I know some people were talking about Momodora as well. Yeah, them's the breaks as far as that's concerned. But that'll be doing it for me. Again, a ton of PS Plus updates for the month of November outside of the Essential catalog. The Extra catalog will be updated around the halfway point of the month, given that, you know, Teardown is coming November 15th, probably a little ahead of that. You can expect the update, but that'll do it for me. Again, sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.